We had like take 3, 4.
Perhaps. I'm scared to talk.
We don't yell much for like
No.
our microphones to be feeling like overwhelmed. Like, yo, listen.
Yes.
That's not like our MO as comics,
Yeah, I use this microphone a couple of times a week. It knows it's loved. I put it back. I keep it from dust. And today it's still just like, meh.
Never enough,
Never enough.
You give and give and give to these microphones.
I put a gold grill on it. Come on. I don't have a gold grill. My microphone has a gold grill.
It's a Shure mic too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it's a quality mic. Shure mics, it doesn't realize how lucky it is, You could be a Chappelle Shure mic getting dropped every show.
Or at any open mic. Every other comic could be dropping you like after or hitting their knee with you. Thinking they've said something funny. Instead, you're here where you're respected.
Seriously. Come on.
Yeah.
Show some appreciation.
I know.
Your grill would be dented right now.
Oh, so dented. Man, you could really be in a terrible way. Going in a mic stand that's broken. Oh, man.
The COVID exposure.
The reason I got it.
Real talk.
Remember microphone? We used to be out in the streets. You and me. And I'd cover you up even though I brought you with me. Like...
Man, using condoms after being in a relationship just for you.
That's so wild when you think about like I'm rolling up to parks to do comedy with my own microphone. Like what a wild time.
Oh yeah. Professionals, baby.
I guess so. I feel a little burnt out on comedy right now. I feel like I can't come up with anything to say, and that could be because I was out here screaming at people through my own microphone. And none of us, it's not what any of us needed. We needed, man, the things that we needed, I could not provide, but I still was out there.
That was some crazy times, yo. Real talk.
It really was. I don't think we'll ever fully bounce back. We'll certainly pretend, but I think we are all affected in many ways, in ways that we're not even prepared to look at. But one thing we can look at is some of the stuff that we were doing back then. Just like, man, like I was putting away groceries and I turned to my roommate and I'm like, remember when I would wipe all of this down? Now I'm only wiping down half of it, the ones that make me feel a little squeamish, but like that's in me now.
Mm-hmm. Forever. I sing happy birthday every time I wash my hands now.
Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. People now. Yeah.
And it was like, because it's like, it's solid advice. Like, this is about how long I should watch it, but like, I'm going to have to, like, I know my grandson's going to hear me singing that shit one day. He's going to be like, Grandpa, why you do that?
Yeah, right. Exactly. How do you even, oh my goodness.
Yeah. I don't know about, I was thinking about like how weird it was recently because I went to do a show that was like kind of outdoorsy still.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me think of all the times that I would show up to an outdoor show. And before that, I would be like, yo, I don't know if I could do this again. Like stand up to me was not meant to be outdoors.
No, not at all.
Right?
I was miserable doing it out there.
I never liked it. But like by the third outdoor show after having not done comedy for like a year and a half, I remember showing up to like open parks. And like seeing people scattered on these like stairs that we made benches and just talking to other comics like, yo, this ain't bad, right? Yeah, this ain't bad. It was terrible.
It was horrible. It really
we had
was.
to convince ourselves.
Like, stop it. I had one set that was fun. And I don't know if the audience was having fun, but it was, we were back and we were trying to be back. And it was like a late Friday night outside at, I think maybe a stage that security just didn't have an eye on that was we were next to the East River. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, is this okay? because there were people fishing in the East River late at night so that they wouldn't get any heat on them. And we're out there, and then people, I was like, I don't know if this is right. I
Nothing's
don't know if
legal.
anyone knows that we're here, but there was something about that show where whatever I said, people kind of laughed, and I didn't feel weird up there doing it. But it was, I don't know if it was a great show. I felt better, but I still was just like, I don't think I can. I didn't do too many park shows. They felt terrible.
Yo, I was not a fan, but I appreciate the people that went through the effort of doing it.
Mhm.
I definitely realized that I missed being around people at the time, and I was willing to do something that I did not enjoy just to be around people. I
I
had a
don't know.
blast at the shows, but not because of stand up.
I
Like,
don't know if I felt okay about being around people. You know what
mm,
I mean? Like, I think my love of comedy was the thing that of doing comedy was the thing that got me out there. But I don't
really?
know, yeah, I don't know if the being around people, because I have a hard time being around people before COVID. Like, that wasn't where I would shine,
Yeah,
and, like, and I feel like I may be suffering comedically now because I'm not good with being around people. Like, the hang is
yeah,
part of it, and I can do it with some, but not with others. And I just can't. It's and now people, you see people just kind of hanging and everything, and I'm like, well, yeah, I guess. Part of me is like, oh, I wish I could hang with him, but then another part is like, okay, Shalewa, so say you were out there hanging with him. What are you doing to add to the fun? You ain't doing anything that's adding to the fun, so just keep your ass at home or only hang with people that you really can have fun with, and that's the thing, is that's where I am with it. But, yeah, I mean, I'd see people, I'm like, "Hey, it's good to see you," but yeah, it just kind of really enforced, like, how tenuous my, connection, to people who can be broken, how tenuous it is and how it can be broken, but I still love doing comedy a bunch. I don't know, it's a lot. I'm doing a lot of thinking, and it ain't all great.
Oh
Hmm.
man, I'm here for the roller coaster, Sha. You
Yeah, I'm
know.
not. I'm tired. I want I want a decision to be made and for me to do the thing, but
We gonna make it, okay?
yeah, we'll make it, I
The
guess.
mics will work,
Yeah,
you
maybe.
know. The shows will be indoors. There will be
Mhm.
four walls and a roof.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, there'll be lighting appropriately when needed, not too much, not too little.
Right,
You
right.
know, the crowds will be there. It'll be great.
Mhm.
It's gonna happen. You're gonna start writing stuff that inspires you again.
Yeah.
Pen game gonna be crazy.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope
Wishing it
so.
into existence, Sha.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking it into existence, you
I'll
know.
put it on a Post-it. I'll put
Oh
on a
yeah.
Post-it and put it on the wall.
Yo, I'm with you. I got all the
Mhm.
multicolored post-its this week.
Yeah, good.
Straight up. I came
Yeah, that's
ready.
important. That's
I got a whole
important.
bunch of them. I got purple, light blue, dark blue, green, yellow, orange, pink, and a red.
Wait,
I
are
bought.
they all neon colors, or is this like some tropical color
I would guess more like rainbow
neon?
with like two tropical.
Okay,
Nothing really
because
felt
they,
neon.
I don't know if you know, there are colorways to Post-its. There are particular colorways. You
Okay.
gotta be that's office manager talk right there. You gotta be deep
Okay.
in the Post-it lifestyle. Because I once got a colorway and people were like, "I can't," and I'm like, "All right," it's still light enough for you to read your writing on, but they something about that particular shade of green they didn't like. They wanted a more aqua blue instead of the cerulean blue that I got. I don't know. It was a lot. Somewhat sticky all the way on it, somewhat like a square instead of a rectangle. Like, really, if you dive into the Post-it, like,
Yeah.
situation, it's too much, I dare
It's
say.
intense.
It's very intense.
Yo, 'cause I like them because like when I'm workshopping sets or like hours, that's
Mhm.
how I break them down. Like I'll do
Mm.
like one color for like longer bits, and then
Oh.
another color for shorter things, and then another color for segues.
Right, right, right.
And then like I'll put together longer sets by like putting all the post-it notes on my door. until it makes sense in like in an order. And
Oh,
then
that's smart.
yeah, and it also helps me figure out when I got like a hour or album, because I'll realize that like a certain group of post-it notes, variety of colors all make sense in terms of one theme. Like,
Mhm.
oh, like all of these things kind of talk about the same thing and they different lengths. So I got
Right.
like a natural thing happening. And it also helps me like show what I'm thinking clearly to Gabby. Like, cause like,
Right.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's like, I'm up. She's like, you come upstairs and you just start rambling, and like, I don't know what you're talking about. So she's like, this is help because like you come downstairs and you'll point and you'll be like, this is what I was talking about.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Straight up. I'll be upstairs just like, yo, I got this idea and like the colors and I just start saying shit for like half hour. And she's like, I want to be supportive, Gasser, but I don't know what the fuck you talking about. you know?
Oh,
Then I go
man.
downstairs and I can kind of see your fucking beautiful mind wall, and it'll make a little sense,
One day I just want to see the world through Gabby's eyes.
Real talk, yo. That's the
Yeah.
saint right there, yo. Low key.
Yeah, of her just being like, "What on earth?" I mean, I love him and all, but good lord.
Yo, I know I put her through it, yo. Real talk. I'm appreciative every day. Yo, like we got like there's a fridge here that like is half like my drinks, like I have like water and shit like that, so that I'm while,
Mhm.
while I'm working, I'm not dehydrated, and half is like stock for like the house, like extra milk and extra like stuff for the freezer.
Right.
And I'm convinced that it's only here so that she could send the kids to spy on me, you
Oh,
know?
yeah, that's good, yeah,
Real talk.
absolutely.
Like
That's
if
a
I'm like
classic.
really in here, yeah,
Mhm.
I'll be here like 10, 12 hours working and like I ain't come upstairs. She'll like send someone to get milk. And then like I think they report like, nah, he's still being normal, you know?
Yeah, no.
He's still good. He ain't like break down yet. And like
Right,
every
right.
if it's because I've noticed like when I'm really like revved up and like I'm moving around a lot in here,
Mhm.
like a kid will come in, they'll ask what I'm doing, and I know I explained it, but I know they didn't get it.
Right.
And then Gabby will come down like 10 minutes later just to see how things are going, you know? So I'm like, all right, that answer
Yeah.
didn't work. Whatever I said wasn't conveyed clearly. So
You gotta start saying, "Tell her I'm fine." Like, just tell her I'm fine.
oh man. Yo, it all works. Okay. The mics work, the
Yeah.
post-its work.
Yeah,
You
it's
got a
all
system, baby.
we're figuring it. I can't believe it, we're still figuring it out, but we are still figuring it out. Yes.
About to hit 3 years, baby.
I know.
Still don't know how to do this shit.
Nope.
Nope. Damn, real talk. Oh yeah. Yo, what's the secret to your podcast growth? No idea, baby. Just throwing shit at the wall, baby. Every week. I try something new every now and then. Shot goes, old brother, but she's down for the ride.
Right,
You
that's
know,
it.
that's about it. That's what we're doing. Let's get into the news.
Okay.
Florida siblings, 10 and 11 years old, drove off in mom's car after she took their electronics. That's right. A young brother and sister who took their mother's car on a ride after she took away their electronic device were stopped by police on a Florida highway about 200 miles from home.
Oh, shit.
Yo,
Oh, they
deputies,
were moving.
yo, deputies stopped the pair, a 10-year-old boy and an 11-year-old girl, at about 3:50 a.m. on Thursday as they rode in their mother's sedan on the Interstate 75, Alachua, Florida, about 16 miles north of Gainesville, according to the county sheriff's office. The boy was driving. The two ended up a 3-hour ride north of home in Northport after they ran away because their mother had seized their electronic devices, the sheriff's office was said in a follow-up statement. Their mother reported them missing. When the deputies spotted the sedan, which had been reported as stolen, they stopped it and ordered the people inside out at gunpoint. Much to their surprise, the deputies observed the 10-year-old male driver exit the vehicle along with his 11-year-old sister. The two were released to their mother and were unlikely to face charges because their mother did not want to pursue allegations that the vehicle was stolen.
Good.
It said criminal charges could not be recommended after the woman declined to pursue the stolen vehicle case. The driver could have been booked on an allegation of driving without a license, but it is a misdemeanor traffic violation and would not lead to detention in a juvenile facility.
Also, why fuck up that little boy's life like that? Why put that on his books?
Real talk.
That's right. Like, I don't know. Car stolen. We found your car. It looks like your kids were driving it. They were 3 hours away. All right, just bring them home. Bring them all home. Like, that's it. That's all that needs to be done.
No, I think we need to go one step further.
What?
We didn't. I wouldn't not only not punish them. I think we discovered a talent. Your 10-year-old drove for 3 hours, my G. 3 hours?
Yeah.
At 10? Yo, like, 10. If you aren't looking up, like, NASCAR shit for this kid already.
I know. That's amazing. Also, like, I need to know the kind of car it was, and I need to know the height of the children. I need to know if they switched off at any point. Whose idea was it? I'm guessing it was the son's idea.
Yeah. But even that, like, so much about this was like, yo, how good are you at creating bonding as a parent that, like, they was like, nah, we doing this together.
That's
so
true.
much about this was beautiful to me. Like, real talk.
Oh,
nah, we both doing this.
Video games. Because I was like, how did he even, like, you kind of have an idea at 10, but you don't really, video games, you absolutely have an idea.
Oh, yeah. This dude he probably drove more than her.
I mean, I'm guessing, like,
every time she drives, he's driving just in the back.
Yeah.
And then he drives at home. She don't drive at home.
Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. So that kid was ready. 3 hours, though.
Yeah.
I hope they stopped for, like, gas or snacks or bathroom breaks or something.
Yeah. Like, that's hard. Yeah.
That's hard. I definitely would have stopped because I'm a wuss with that. Like, oh, I need another snack.
They're like half the size. That's like that bladder needs to take breaks more often.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
They're getting dehydrated earlier. Like, there's so much about this that, like, legit impresses me.
That means, like, they're merging. They're merging. You know, people have a hard time, adults who've been driving after lives have a hard time merging.
Yo.
And these kids merge onto a highway. Also, it's 3:50 in the morning, which means it's just them and semi-trucks.
You know what I mean? Listen, I was blown away by this. I don't think they're getting enough credit.
Exactly. We're not. Yeah, like, I'm glad that the mom's like, I'm not pressing charges. Y'all ain't gonna hang my kids up on this shit. No criminal, nothing. Just bring them back. Bring everything back. But now that that's the case, hooray for these kids.
Yeah.
But also, like, I guess maybe the screen time, we still got to deal with that because obviously, like, we still got to figure out what it was that made her go, I'm taking away your phones.
Listen, I don't know. Yeah. I think that she got tired of her son talking shit about being a better driver, and he went out and proved it.
Said, oh, I'll show you.
He's like, word? You know what I mean? I'm going to show you. You complaining about your half-hour commute. I drove 3 hours today, Ma.
That's really impressive. Because, like, when you think about running away, I just never think about. I didn't run away at 10. Did I? No, I think maybe. Oh, but I think we only had one car, and I didn't want to just take the one car, or maybe the one car wasn't available. I bet that was it. It was probably at work somewhere. So
I ran away for 1 block. I walked. And I was
yeah. The first time I ran away, I walked. I guess the second time I did too, but I got further because I was older and I knew the streets better.
I made a turn onto Fulton Avenue. I was like, this is crazy. Like, I was walking under the J train. I was like, this is wild out here, yo. I went right back. Went right back to grandma's house. Like, this ain't for me.
Wow. But they drove. Wow.
And on top of that, you know what I just realized? If you are driving for 3 hours at 3:50 a.m., that means you driving on no sleep. That kid was up all day, right?
He might have taken a nap. I wonder if but you know what? The adrenaline, the anger.
Yeah.
The anger of having your phone taken. That also means you were driving with no phones because your mom took them. Man, they don't make them like that anymore. These are some throwback children right here.
Real talk. So impressed.
No Google Maps. They were just like, get on the, let's just ride.
I've done this before. Don't worry about it.
They literally could have ended up in Virginia if you had let them go.
Yo, shouts to the low people, man.
Oh,
real
wow.
talk, man. Go after your dreams.
Whatever
whatever
that may be, drive to them.
Oh man! In other news, a flight was ruined by a farting dog. It was right.
Mm-hmm.
A 13-hour flight may have gone to the dogs, but this complaining couple just scored in a big payday. Gil and Warren Press say they received a $1,410 check from Singapore Airlines after their plane ride from Paris to Singapore was ruined by a farting canine. In an interview, Gil said she and her husband finally received the funds after months of back and forth with the airline. That's the least they could do. If they wanted to be really nice, they could have given us way more. The couple's stinky story was first reported with the pair saying they forked over $1,000 more for the premium economy seats, only to be seated next to a woman with a slobbering service dog. I said to my husband, you need to sort this. We can't have a dog sitting next to us for the length of time, Gil griped. But with no other seats in premium economy available, the couple decided to stay next to the pooch. Only for things to further deteriorate. The canine came closer to the couple due to space restrictions in the cabin. The owner couldn't have the dog out in the aisle because they wouldn't be able to get the trolleys through. So it had to come in further, which meant its head was actually under my husband's feet, said Gil. My husband was in shorts and was getting the dog's saliva goo on his leg. Soon the pup started farting, and the horrible smell sent the presses over the edge. The pair eventually agreed to move to the economy section of the plane to escape the flatulent animal, and a flight attendant allegedly told them they would be reached out to afterward regarding the incident. However, the couple says they heard nothing. Gil told insiders that she decided to chase up Singapore Airlines, who eventually offered an apology and two $73 gift vouchers.
Oh, wow.
The couple was not happy with that offer. They saying they forked over more money for the premium economy seats, and they were forced to flee because of said dog. A month later, they were offered two travel vouchers worth $118 each before they continued to go back and forth with the airline until they received around $1,000 in additional funds, accounting for the price difference between premium economy seats and the economy seats they ended up with. The presses plan to donate the money to an animal charity, saying they wanted the refund out of principle.
What would they have done if they were next to a human that was farting like that?
That's kind of their closing statement. It said, I expect to see a baby. I expect to see children. I don't expect to see a dog.
Okay, but what if it's like a human, like a grown person? Or they would be fine with a baby farting like that too?
Yeah, I think they got to eat that one, right? I think culturally, I kind of rock with them. I think you got to eat it if it's a person. I think you eat it if it's a baby. If it's a person, I think you got to figure that out as a person. You can't be farting on a train, on a plane. At least not continuously. You can fart once, I get it, things happen. But if you farting up left and right, we gonna have a talk.
Yeah, you would confront someone who on a
100%.
13-hour flight who's just farty McGee.
3 farts, we talking straight up. Like I can tell you for a fact. Especially if they're like loud enough that I know is you. Like if I know you farted 3 times, yeah, we talking.
All right, but a baby,
I let that slide the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at you, but I'll let it rock.
Okay, and a dog, how would you react?
Dog, I would say instantly beef unless it's like service, like the person can't see. But like if it's like what do you call those? The emotional ones, the emotional
Uh-huh.
support dog. Nah,
Yeah.
we fighting straight up.
Would you be upset if you, were on a flight and you were suddenly next to one of those kinda dogs and you're like, "I didn't" would
Nah,
like
that I'm okay with. Like,
Uh-huh.
if you need the animal and the animal's behaving okay, I get it. Like, I'm peace.
Mhm.
I don't agree with that necessarily being a thing for as many people as are claiming it, but
Right.
I do legitimately believe some people need that.
Okay.
So my gut instinct would be to let it slide as long as the dog was under control. But like it got to be within reason. Like you got to bring like your emotional support pet got to be like little, like lap size. You can't be coming in here with like a Rottweiler and taking up all the space. You know what I mean?
Okay. Alright. Well, I wonder if it was a cuter dog, if that would've helped. Do you know what
Yeah,
I mean? Because the dog was just being a dog, so I don't think the dog was doing anything out of I'm trying to see if there's a picture of the dog. I guess this is a picture that they took. It looks like a bulldog,
yeah,
right? So it's kinda wild that they let a bulldog on a cabin. Usually, they don't want
right.
bulldogs
You
to
did.
fly because there's breathing problems, but, I wonder if it was a dog that wasn't known for being, kinda drooly. Do you know what I
Mm,
mean? But still farted if this is what would happen, because I feel like they were put out completely because, you know, the dog was under the like there was just a dog around him,
yeah,
you know?
I could see that.
So I wonder if maybe if it was a cuter dog, if they would be okay, or if it was a do you know what I mean? Like, what or if they would complain like this about a child and demand to I don't know, it just I
What's your
get it.
line?
I don't know, I mean, like, a farting canine is rough. I think I probably would have thought of it as like a baby, just like, "Ugh, can you is there anything you can do about it?" But if there's no actual shit, what can you do about a fart? What can you do about a fart? It's recirculated air, and if it's a thing that you can't get it to control, it's like a baby, you can't go, "Hey, man, hold that in." And you can't do that with a dog either? I don't know. I'd be like, "Ugh, that sucks," but I don't know if I would be like, "I demand that I get moved or the dog is moved. It's me or the dog," and give
Yeah,
like, I think I would just thug it out.
yo, you
And,
real.
like, what I'm already you got me on a plane for 13 hours. I got other stresses. Like me so there's a dog too? I mean, okay, but I'm still worried about if this bitch is gonna make it. With or without the dog, I like, I
Nah,
yeah.
B.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I would unless, like, it was bothering so many people. Like, were they the only ones to pitch a fit? Or was because 'cause they're not the only ones sitting there they weren't alone with this one person and this farty dog, and
Right.
nobody else smelled nothing? Like, did anyone else pitch a fit? You know? Like, that's the
I yeah, like I didn't want to say this, but like I did notice that like it was only the woman in the article.
yeah.
That kind of threw me off of like, yo, like I feel like the dude was kind of like your energy. Like it bothered him, but he was like, whatever.
Whatever, yeah, look, that's what I get for wearing I mean, yes, I
Shorts.
got shorts, but yeah, I got his drool on my leg, but it's not on my pants or whatever, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you
Cause
just
even
kind
like even she says it, she was like, when the dog sat next to us, I told him, yo, you better do something about this. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But he still ain't, even with that, he still ain't in the article. He's like,
right.
he's like, yeah, like I guess I gotta defend my wife on this one, but I
Yeah,
really
like,
don't care.
it's so I don't know, just the tone of what she was saying, I was just like, Hey, calm the fuck down."
Yeah.
Like, we're all sharing this you know what? If you wanna avoid this, fucking pony up for something better than premium economy.
Yeah.
Fucking get you the front of the plane. Get you
Would
that
first
first
class be
class
with
shit.
would you spaz on first class over this?
Child, I'd be so happy to be in first class. I wouldn't care if it was a literal dog in a monocle sitting next to me. I'd be like, I knew that's how y'all traveled. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, and maybe I'm just too simple, and maybe I beat down by the man and by the systems to be happy with anything I could take or I could get. But also, I'd be kind of, I mean, like the energy on this just feels like, well, yeah, like, you know what I mean? We're sharing this, and this isn't ideal, but we're all sharing this experience. I've been next to people who have taken their shoes off and they just got their feet out, and I'm like, we got to fly over the country with this dude's feet out. You know what I mean? Or someone with their foot up behind me and it's on my armrest, and I'm just like, you hit it with your elbow, and if they don't get the point, you just fucking turn around and shoot daggers at them. But I'm not demanding that you find me in another seat. We're all crammed in here like sardines. It's not, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, that does suck, and that could be a story for another time, but I'm not making a big deal over it.
I'm good with the
If there are no liquids or if there's nothing, it's not like the woman shitting down the aisle. This is
right.
a farting dog. If no one else complained and it's just a farting dog, you should have a mask on. How about that? Pull out your extra mask, double up. Be prepared for the world to stink. Be prepared for the world to stink. That's all
If you would like.
If you'd like a t-shirt.
To fly on Shalewa's new World of Stink Airlines. Everybody's welcome to fart, baby. Your BO is welcome. Work out, take off your shoes before the flight.
Hey, man, look, we'll give there's a HEPA filter at every seat. Don't get me wrong. We'll give you 3 masks and a HEPA filter. And
nobody will smell it except the cleaning crew after the flight.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And we paid them exceptionally well.
Real talk. It's a union job. You know?
Yeah. We're paying the flight attendants as they are putting your luggage away and getting you seated, because they're not paid for that time. They're only paid. Yeah. Flight attendants are only paid when the plane is in motion.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah. So all that helping you put the stuff up and helping you they are not paid for that.
Yo, that's grease.
Yeah. Yeah. It's real greasy.
Real talk. Not our airline, okay? All that's covered, baby. Okay? All you gotta do is subscribe to the show, baby. If you're an Apple, Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings. 4 stars. You don't realize that our plane could be powered by said BO and odors, okay? That's a lot of gas right there,
That's a lot of gas.
5 stars, you see the savings, baby. Fuel economy, technology, okay?
Yeah.
What is it? Ethane, methane gas? I forget.
Yeah, something like that. I mean, power everything with it. It's the future.
Straight up, some type of thane gas. I don't know. It's some thane. I don't know what it is. My dad be showing me videos of people with running trucks, throwing banana peels in the engine and oil.
I mean, there are cars running on the grease that they cook French fries in. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yeah.
Real talk. They could do that. We could fly on farts.
Yep.
Okay. Oh yeah. Also, I checked. We're at 199 reviews on Apple. Really appreciate all of y'all coming through. Excited. I mean, a lot of love we're getting out there. Thank you. If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Jumbo, at Gastor Almonte. Shout out to Sweet Iron Fist Mom and Des. With all that said, I am the admittedly will be packing axe, Gastor Almonte. That axe spray gonna be heavy as soon as I get off, Wait. What would you be spraying on yourself, Shaq?
Oh, I'd probably have some sort of essential oil that I have put on a handkerchief inside my mask for me to breathe to stay calm.
Ooh,
but I also will be squirting sanitizer just in the air, even though it doesn't even, it's just glops of sanitizer falling to the ground. I'm making a mess too. Make your own mess.
I like that.
But put essential oil in the mask. Do that part.
There you go. Fun fact, no food on these flights for obvious reasons.
No, not at all. Yeah. Very short flights, very short. Within a state, literally within a state.
Oh man, this has been a weird turn-taking episode of the Board Report. Catch y'all next time. Peace.